Flyover Politic Podcast, the show for normal Americans. From his undisclosed bunker, here's your host, Tony Reed.
Panic outside the White House. We're following this breaking news. Possible shots fired near our nation's capital at the White House.
And welcome back to Flyover Politic Podcast. It is the 27th of May, year of our Lord 2026. Let me get that hat on before I blind y'all. That, of course, is another attempt on the president's life. You know, we just do that once a week now. There was a funny meme going online. 0 days, 1 day, 0 day, 2 days, 0 days, says the president's almost been shot. The only positive about it is this reporter is, I left a message on her Instagram. Good for her. She owned it. She just reacted poorly, and she was instantly memed.
We're waking up this morning to devastation.
She made this
cool
herself.
Isn't that great? Just went up yesterday.
She put all the memes into one meme.
What is that? What is that?
Where is that? Where is that? These are just so fucking good. You got The Day the Earth Stood Still.
What is
you
that?
have space. We have Star Wars.
What is that?
This one, the most observant news crew ever. It is. I could keep playing, and I'm not going to. They're very, very funny. And this, I think this is ID4. Yeah, this is a good one.
What is that?
Sounds like fireworks. Sounds like fireworks. Here's another one. All of them in progress.
What is that?
It's. I gotta admit, she owned it well. She didn't get all whiny. She just took it. You got Biden, a clown. It goes on and on. It goes on and on. It is so freaking funny. And to see a reporter literally own it and not care. Like, just not care. Like, what am I going to do? It happened. And it went out in the air, and I got made fun of. So who gives a shit? And good for her. Good for her. It's good to see people have a sense of humor. Kyle Busch was recognized. Want to cover references because they both raced for JGR for RCR. The kid who wants trucks knew him and came in the feeder program, and he did the bow.
He's the winningest driver of the decade.
This will be the last one. Well, I'll have one more.
Company. Kyle Busch is going to win his second Monster Energy NASCAR Cup Series championship.
In 2001, Kurt Busch said, "You think I'm a pretty good race car driver? Wait till you see my brother." He was right. Kyle was born into racing. He drove go-karts before he could reach the pedals. His dad working the gas as Kyle sped around a homemade course. By 10 years old, He was the crew chief for Kurt's team, and at 13, his own racing career began. 65 wins and 2 titles in Legends cars at the Las Vegas Bull Ring.
We got it done, and we got it done fast.
Then late models, and his truck debut at 16, where he finished 9th for Roush Racing. About the only thing that could stop him was a rule change that raised the minimum age in trucks to 18. And then...
And this goes on for a while. It was really nice by Junior. The one that got me was this. His son posted this. And his dad's last win. And a hug. And you could see on that little boy's face, he was in shock, but he was being really strong for his mom. And I thought that was pretty fucking good. All right, let's get into some political stuff. This is Seattle. This makes sense. These are the same people that had that Chaz and the same people who said we don't need borders.
There's been a shooting almost every night in the last couple of weeks.
It's terrifying to live here, and it's even more terrifying that the city is absolutely doing nothing to protect the citizens in this neighborhood.
Which is why they're taking matters into their own hands. They put up these makeshift barriers.
It was a game changer. It made it feel much more safe there.
They stopped people from going in their fucking neighborhood.
We just saw a Honda Element drive around here, so we got to put a stump over there, I think.
You can't just illegally block the road because...
Another conflict divides North Seattle's Greenwood neighborhood.
It's either this or bullets in my neighbors' houses.
Not gunfire, but how far residents are going to stop it.
Our neighbors put these up in self-defense.
The risk of emergency services not being able to get through here is greater than the good that they think that they're doing from putting up this.
Makeshift barricades now block 3 streets off Aurora Avenue, and they're building frustration.
And I just don't think that this is the right fix.
It comes out...
Maybe it's because you defunded said police. Jake Lang, who I don't really like, he got jailed for protesting the Chud the Builder thing, and so the whoever the judge is here is super fucking woke because he's still in jail. He has no bail. It's kind of fucking sad, really. Gonna play a reel in Algorithm Day on TikTok. Bra Man 5th Floor. See Jack Ryan. Ghost. It's good. It's really good. I watched it yesterday. Some hypocritical shit. The Late Show, of course, ended, and that's his staff. So I just want to make sure we got that that's his staff. That this guy's staff is super woke. And Greg Gutfeld, and the reason they were canceled, they had to count more than most decent-sized businesses for 3 jokes a night at best. And, of course, fuckface Jim Acosta, you're celebrating the fact that all these people are losing their jobs all because your dear leader can't take a joke. Seriously, what the fuck's wrong with you? That's not the deal. My point, and why I did the first picture, they're all white. I thought this guy was woke. They're all white. Tulsi Gabbard retired, basically, or resigned, because her husband has cancer. Adam Schiff, my thoughts go out to Tulsi Gabbard and her family as her husband battles a serious health problem. Hope to pray that he makes speedy recovery. While the circumstances of her departure are deserving of our sympathy, let's be clear. Tulsi Gabbard's a piece of shit. Yeah. Democrats are going to Democrat. Here's Party Crasher time. Even in the anti-establishment political moment, Grand Planner's rise has been remarkable as candidacy has forced the party to come to terms with what it's willing to risk in exchange for a fighter. He's a fighter. He's a Nazi. He's a fucking Nazi fighter. And he was asked questions, but because he's a liberal, you don't have to answer questions.
If you regret the post about the Purple Heart veteran.
No.
If you think you need to apologize to him, what you would say to voters who might be upset by it?
I did 4 tours of the infantry. Any attempt to say that I disrespect veterans is slanderous and offensive.
Do you think you owe him an apology?
Slanderous and offensive.
Do you know how many of my friends had Purple Hearts? Do you know how many of my friends got wounded?
I'm sure a lot.
Yeah, a lot of them. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, you're a piece of shit. Here are just some of the things he said. Dumb motherfucker didn't deserve to live. We already covered that. There are times in the world when, for the good of tolerance and humanity, you need to kill a motherfucker. Sadly, most people who are true believers in tolerance and humanity find the activity repulsive, which I suppose is morally good, but pragmatically a shortfall. We need to kill people that don't agree with us. That's great. And sadly, the Afghan tax fuck it everybody on the 330 game. Spend your leave banging hookers in Thailand instead of getting... White people aren't racist or stupid as Trump thinks. Living in white rural America, I'm afraid to tell you, they actually are. Why don't black people tip? I work as a bartender, and it always amazes me how solid this stereotype is. Every now and again, a black patron will leave 15, 20% tip, but usually it's 0 to 5. There's a good reason. What is it? You don't have much experience with Latin American hookers, do you? 37, I got older and became a communist. He's a fucking piece of shit. This is Kimmel's family. Outrage over claims Jimmy Kimmel relative bullied Brentwood Bakery for selling Spencer Pratt cookies. And then we get to the good one. We all said it was bullshit that the Nancy Pelosi's husband getting schwacked on the head with a hammer seemed fishy as fuck. Nancy Pelosi's own son just loaded a truth bomb that shattered the whole fake narrative around the infamous 2022 hammer attack, and it's got the entire swamp at full damage control mode. Paul Pelosi Jr. is coming forward to say that the guy who supposedly broke in and attacked his father was actually his dad's longtime fuck buddy. In a volatile domestic dispute, the San Francisco cops have been called to the house for multiple times. Nancy timed the whole incident perfectly to milk it for political sympathy right before the midterms. He calls his parents abusive alcoholics who turn a personal mess, to a national story for votes, rips his mother for the vicious personal attacks on Trump, and proudly declared himself a Trump supporter. There's a cop. He came forward. Police officer responded to San Francisco when former Nancy Pelosi on the night that her husband Paul was allegedly hammered, has come forward claiming Dave Pelosi, the man accused, the man accused of attacking Pelosi, was in fact a homosexual lover. We all said it. Nobody listened. Why would we listen? Why would we listen? We have to win the midterms. It's more important than anything ever. We have to save democracy by shitting on democracy. That's how the left does it. We just shit on democracy and save it because Trump and shit. How about Arlington? This is to be expected. I'm going to go through these really quick. Of course, they celebrated George Floyd Day, not actually Memorial Day, because why would we do that? I mean, why would we do that? I mean, fuck people that died, and fuck Trump, and fuck troops, and fuck. These fucking people are, it's so bad. So we got that to start. We have MS Now celebrates Memorial Day by attacking Pentagon over alleged Iran war crimes that they don't have any proof of. But why the fuck would we talk about it? Minnesota mayor never stopped. Today, remember George Floyd was murdered by a former Minneapolis police officer 6 years ago. The moment changed our lives forever. I was wondering why flags were in half staff today. 5 posts today about George Floyd, 0 about Memorial Day. Minneapolis mayor recognized the real meaning of Memorial Day. At first, I thought this had to be a parody. I thought no way the fruity-ass mayor was possibly honoring George Floyd, a guy who was dying of fentanyl overdose. Jimmy Jones, who re-enlisted, and it seems like a PR stunt. You, sir, can fuck right off. Today is for heroes. Well, actually, it's not for heroes. Then we get into some really good ones. This is probably a long shot, but if anybody happens to be in D.C. this week and we plan on visiting Arlington, I would like to see a fresh photo of my husband's grave. Alan W. Shaw, Section 60, 1st Cavalry Division, 1975 to 2007. I'm making a trip to Arlington tomorrow when it opens. Grab a photo for you, Nick Sorter said. Nick, I honestly don't even have words. Thank you. It's truly an honor to be able to do this for you. And he sent her back a picture. Good for you, Nick Sorter. A group of Vietnam vets, which means liberals, are standing up to Trump's proposed D.C. Arch. 2.7 million served in Vietnam, and you found 2 guys who hate Trump. That is always the way we do it. But then, of course, we got to bring up the media, because the media, you know, we're always going to do it. Here's Casey Hunt and that bitch face she always has.
The Lincoln Memorial would be to your back. In front is the Memorial Bridge and the Arlington National Cemetery. There is a beautiful building that sits on the top of the hill that is essentially a monument to it. It is in honor of our nation's fallen veterans. And those hillsides are dotted. You'll see white dots on those hillsides with the tombstones. My family was honored that my grandfather was laid to rest, and my grandmother were laid to rest there just a few weeks ago. It is unmistakable how the cemetery and everything that it means is the imagery that you are left, that you sit with. And I have thought now that my grandfather is there, that instead of seeing the things that are there to honor him and everyone like him who's given so much for our country, it's going to look like this instead. That's what you're going to see. And
what's wrong with that? I think it's great. It brings more attention to the place, you dumb bitch. But you're a libtard. Today we honor the American heroes who made the ultimate sacrifice in Trump's war with Iran. That was the Democrats. This was their fucking Twitter post that the whole world said, you're garbage. Like, you're garbage. And then most of us went like this. Yeah, that's how we had it before. We're checking our watch after he got 13 people killed. See, don't you notice it's always the same, man. They do it. It's not a problem. He does it. Done. So we have 13 people die for Trump. It is Trump's war. He lied. People died. Biden kills 13 motherfuckers lying about the Taliban's control of Afghanistan so we can get a fucking photo op and say the war's over, which I don't understand why all these presidents went down that road. It didn't work very good for fucking Bush. He had that mission accomplished bullshit, and we were just starting the fight. But yeah, they had 13. No, oh, how dare you blame him? Responses, you are depraved. This is one of the most vile, repulsive, and utterly disgusting displays of disrespect I've ever seen on a solemn day of remembrance for our fallen heroes. Go fuck yourself. Democrats once again prove why they're the most hated, most despised, most disgusting group of people in human history. I could keep reading it. What's the fucking point? You know, during this same period, you have, this is, oh, Tony, come on. Let's pull up the right screen. This is Sacramento, and this city councilor turned her back to the flag because, you know, fuck America and shit.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands.
Upper uterus falls out. The lady that asked for Shaw, I should have had these together. I didn't see it. Dozens of people sent her pictures. And then the Democrats tried to flip the script and make it that, oh no, we didn't mean that. To protect our country, defend our freedoms. This was take 2. The Democrats deleted this, no apologies. This was the first one that I didn't get because they deleted that. Then they went to this one. They went to the one I read, and then they went to the one I'm showing, but this was the actual first one. Which the pictures. And if I remember correctly, this was totally verboten. You're not supposed to do this. Those family members, people that hated Trump would come out and how dare you use my family's images, all that shit. So here's going there, and you will see, as we always do, protesters. That's right, boys and girls. They protested Arlington. Katie Tur didn't get upset about that. Nope, didn't get upset to that. Didn't get upset about that. Fuck you. In Arlington, the sacred place that a brick arch would desecrate. But this is okay. This is okay because Fuck Trump and freedom of speech and shit. It's like more important, right? These are some of the signs that were there.
In the war. And he said,
Yeah, and your dad would fucking be, you're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. It's not the time. It's not the place. You're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. You're a piece of shit. Every time he was attacked, that happened a couple years back. Every time Arlington, these fucking pieces of garbage do this shit. Look at this. In Arlington. How is that respectful? How is this respectful? How?
This Memorial Day weekend, a new message is going up near the Lincoln Memorial. Just north of the memorial, protesters have taken up a mock installation, taking aim at the proposed triumphal arch planned for Memorial Circle.
I think it says it all. No tacky Trump art.
Mary Keegan is one of the several people helping organize this 3-day...
Why every time the left protests, doesn't matter, there's two people, one person, it just doesn't matter. They get coverage. I mean, if a half a person comes out, they get coverage. But if we're so upset about art, walking through, we will overcome, do you think actually fucking all veterans want to hear your claptrap? This is Waltz. He went down and pandered. And George Floyd, and we're dancing. We're dancing. We're dancing. We're dancing. We're dancing. We're losers. We're losers. That's why I don't want to be buried there. I want to be someplace where my family can see me. Here's another one. Trump walking in. Didn't get protested. I was surprised. I thought they'd have protesters fucking everywhere. This is Trump talking about one of the airmen that did die.
In Operation Epic Fury, we lost 13 wonderful souls, wonderful special people. These incredible men and women gave their lives to ensure that the world's #1 state sponsor of terror will never have a nuclear weapon. Oh, and they won't. They will never have a nuclear weapon. I'm sure you know that.
This is on Fort Campbell.
The Screaming Eagles honored those whose service strengthened its legacy. Currahee has meant more than stand alone. It has meant discipline, resilience, and sacrifice. Today, that legacy lives through those who preserve the bond between past and present.
Here's some more anti-military
Pretty sort
people.
of known the brainwashing that goes on in the military. I'm sorry, you guys could be doing so much more important things.
The American people have been lied to.
Yeah, I'm okay. We have some members of the military here. Would you be open to speaking with them and having a dialogue? These days, the right and the left seem to agree on one thing. They do not support the military's actions in Iran. So for Memorial Day, we flew in some soldiers to New York City to try and bridge that gap. How do you feel about the military?
What they say they are is totally different from what they do.
I really don't care for it. Right now, I'd say not super great. I've already sort of known the brainwashing that goes on in the military. So
every one of these people have never met a military person, and they don't talk to the military people because they don't want to actually know. If you're a fan of this show, we can go back to Paige in Oregon, who never met a soldier. And off record asked, don't you feel bad about killing people? Yeah. Yeah. So then we get to Margaret Brennan, who tries to goad two fucking Medal of Honor recipients. Well, she almost cries.
We are coming up on this 250th anniversary of the American experience. What specifically makes you optimistic? Because this country at times can feel dark these days. There's a lot of darkness. What makes you feel optimistic?
Well,
ultimately, because we're in Washington, D.C., and everything revolves around politics, we have to remember that politics aren't everything. American lives continue on.
Bam. She tried numerous times to get them to dog America, tried to act all like she's sad about it, and I was screaming at my TV going, "You're the reason, cunt! It's you!" And then this is the coverage, anti-American bullshit that happened over Memorial Day.
Anti-woke war. I just would like to put some of this into a little bit of perspective. The Pentagon has always the American military had prided itself about its integration. They were, one of the first to integrate, and the minority representation. And the military had, I think, 42% representative minority in the late around 2018, 2019, 2020. But if you looked at the people who were in the leadership roles of the military, all of them were white men.
Yeah, that's what our military's about. There was a female they brought to do the air show at the Charlotte race. I watched the rehearsal, I watched the main event. She was trying to stay both. She was scared to death. She didn't even know how to fucking do it.
So what do you think it is? Is it that we were more idealistic when we founded this nation? The idea that we would have leaders that weren't, they weren't corrupt kings or queens?
How about Trump's brain dead?
To Washington now, President Trump heading to Walter Reed National Military Medical Center this morning for what the White House calls a medical and dental checkup. It's his third visit in 13 months and puts a spotlight on the president's health ahead of.
Yeah, we care about the president's health now. Didn't care under Biden. And then, of course, if it's Chicago, we know this is happening on Memorial Day.
Officers say around 3 in the morning, that's when they were in the area near 25th and Washington, and that's when they did hear gunshots. Officers say they did find those 4 victims. Among those who were shot include an 8.
I don't have the whole stats, but it's what you expect. A shit ton of fucking deaths, because that's what we do. Here's climate hysteria, because now we know unequivocally 100% everything Al Gore said is bullshit.
This environmental catastrophe bearing down on us.
I keep hearing that we're killing the earth.
How dare you?
This is Stossel.
You have stolen my dreams and my childhood.
Stolen my dreams.
I've been a consumer reporter for years. I've covered so many scares. Plague, famine, and perpetual war will kill us. We're going to run out of oil. Nuclear power will give us cancer. Killer bees swarm ever closer. Bird flu, flesh-eating bacteria. The list of terrible things that were going to get us is long. And yet we're living longer than ever. None of those scares turned out to be as frightening.
No, and I am a person that believes in climate change, because I've been to Oregon, and they don't even look the same. The climate is changing. But when you motherfucking change the name from global cooling to global warming to climate change to climate catastrophe to climate emergency to global cooling, and you tell everybody that you're going to motherfucking die in 8 years, well, fuck you. I'm going to run my jet on coal. I'm just going to run it on coal. It's all bullshit. I then want to get into, I think I've exhausted, yes, all my slides. This young man here in Ireland, and I'm going to be hitting Europe's crime problems pretty heavy today because there's so many this week. It's kind of scary since the last podcast. Just hundreds, and I can't cover them all. This is Coghlan. And this is our future because it's already happening in our country where we're letting people who murder people get away with it because they're illegal.
Alex Coghlan was robbed and beaten to death, it's been alleged. Grits have reported that they have a good source suggesting that the perpetrators are from an background. It's quite harrowing, but I'm going to tell you what alleged to happen. Alex was on his knees being filmed, begging for mercy. He cried. A grown man was made to cry. They stole his ring and they stole his watch. And they beat him so badly that he died several days later in hospital. It's hardly made the media. I went on the Irish Times and I was reading the article on it, and it took several paragraphs, and all they reported it as was an assault.
Yep.
Politicians in Ireland who have come out for the death of an immigrant, laying flowers and mourning and doing all their public appearances, haven't said a damn thing for Alex. They've not laid one flower. But this is indicative of what's going on across Europe. The Henry Novak case.
This man was beaten to death up in Dublin. His name is Alex Coughlin. He's 37 years old, and he was attacked near his home. Truly loved by everyone who had the privilege of knowing him, brought love and laughter to family, friends and colleagues. They described him as a wonderful person and a lovely man. On Sunday, the 17th of May 2026 at approximately 4:15 p.m. on Mill Road, Blanchardstown, Dublin, he was assaulted in a completely unprovoked attack and he was robbed. Alex was walking along the road. CCTV showed him being followed by two males. A witness saw him on his knees, crying and pleading, with two males standing over him.
So memorial's set up, and because the government won't cover it because they have a George Floyd that we'll talk about, they're taking care of it. They're going and doing vigils. This is a picture of one of the people that allegedly killed him. God damn fucking thing. That's him. That's him. But what happened? Well, an illegal was doing illegal shit, had a big record. He fought the police and he died as they tried to fucking restrain him. And they're doing the George Floyd two-step. I'm going to blow this up. Look at this. I'm going to pause it. All right, so this is what we're doing over there, which is exactly what we do here because they do the same thing. A known criminal. International outrage, public fury, government statements. Alex Coughlin, no outrage, no public fury, no government statements. There are more Coughlins than there are fucking loser pieces of shit. All right, there's more Coughlins than fucking Floyds and all these fucking pieces of shit that they accentuate during an election season. But all we hear is that over and over and over. He was killed. He was murdered. It's fucking unbelievable. And if you think it's not coming here, it's fucking coming here. We're already doing it. We're already letting them off. So, 2 Tic Tac and a patty whack. Yeah, that was an error on my part. Sorry about that. We do them separate now because of music. Even last time I had 2 strikes of songs that I didn't even know were in there. So we're going to go into our Hamas section. This has really gone viral now because, let's be honest, people fucking see it and they're like, okay, what the fuck? Like, what the fucking actual fuck is going on over here in Europe? And unfortunately for them, you were looking at a huge wave of people starting to see that it's not the West, it's not Christians, it's not anything, it's these fucking pieces of shit. So, I have so many videos, I'm going to do it quick, I got slides, we're just going to go through it. This is 1 week, this is just 1 fucking week. So this BBC trying to justify selling a child came out, all right? And This is fucking hard to fucking understand that you could even do this. Selling children to survive Afghan fathers to go makes impossible choices. People correct it. No, because they don't want to work. BBC covered Afghan fathers selling their 5-year-old. They actually had a video, and it's like, it's horrible. Oh, it's so bad.
The Azimi's home, we're suddenly confronted by the devastating impact. He calls for his daughters. Rukia and Rahila are twins. They're 7. Abdul is eager to explain why he's making unbearable choices.
It's not a choice. It's a fucking culture. It's what they do. It's handmade, man. And they don't want to cover it. Then they don't want to cover this. This is a Christian. And you'll hear from Hassan Piker. You'll hear from all of them. Well, really no Christians being killed. It's all bullshit. I don't know. This lady is a Christian. They seized my baby and sliced him in two with a knife. My second child woke up. They split his head with a machete. This, you can say it's not happening. It's fucking happening. All over the fucking world. There's only one genocide going on. Christians. It's not Muslims. It's not Islamists. It's not Jews. It is Christians. Tens of thousands a year. And then you have Norway, and of all fucking places, I didn't think they were dumb as fuck. This is a PSA.
Unique Scandinavian thing. We're no better
than our Viking ancestors.
He's black. This literally is every PSA is made by the Democrat Party in Europe. And that's why they love Europe so bad. It's just so fucking bad. It's so fucking bad. Oh God, it's just so bad. I am just shocked by all the PSAs. Go fuck people. Like, you need to fuck somebody. This is an Islamist. He was killed 2013. You never heard about it. Fusilier, she was on guard. He got murdered. Nobody gives a fuck. Militant stoned death Somalia. Rape victim, 13. Said she was raped. Well, that's adultery. We stone her. That's fucking biblical, yo. Those people killed. All those people are white. They got killed in Europe. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares. You go in America. Harleen Dimon, I don't have this one. To summarize the event evening, the mob came to a synagogue, forced a Jewish daycare to close early, came with Hezbollah flag, cheered for the Intifada, and said, we don't want no Zionists here. That was in America. That's not Europe. That's America. That's America. Sentenced to death for converting. The Pope just honored her executioner. Pope Benedict the whatever the fuck intervened to save Mariana Arana's life after Iran sentenced her to death for converting to Christianity. Pope the 14th just bestowed a special honor on Iranian ambassador Holy See. Has brought shame upon the Christian world. Mehdi Hassan. There are no Christian genocides happening. Nobody actually believes that. Remember, he is a good person. You are garbage. He is a good person. You are garbage. 52,000 Christians have been killed in Nigeria since 2009. 4,118 Nigerian Christians were killed, representing 82% of global total in 2024. It's not just ruthless assassinations. It's also maiming, abductions, also most of all, gang rape. Rape is used by Islamists as a humiliation ritual to devastate communities. Hello, Hamas. Islamists have burned over 18,000 churches, 5,000 Christian homes, and 2,000 Christian schools in Nigeria. In Sudan, the situation for Christians isn't much different from Nigeria. The Muslim Brotherhood-backed Sudanese Armed Forces, SAF, view Christians as their ideological enemy. Most Sudanese Christians live in the Nubian Mountains, where residents report frequent bombings of villages and churches. The Sudanese Armed Forces use celebrations when they know Christians will be gathered together. Last year, 11 Sudanese Christians were killed and 18 other injured as they took took part in a procession on Christmas Day. These are not accidental strikes through Sudan's war, but targeted attacks, and the list goes on. And Mali, Soban, 35 people, 24 children in 2019. But our media doesn't report this. Why would we report this? It goes against the script. I put this in the Hamas because they're part of this. 40 U.S. activists investigated Hassan Piker Co-Peak are now under subpoena. Hassan Piker and Co-Peak co-founder Media Benjamin were subpoenaed over their involvement in pro-Cuban activist convoy. The activist trip included roughly 650 delegates from 33 countries and 120 organizations. I stand with Cuba. And what the indictment is about, why are you not shutting? Is did they actually take stuff? Here is Hassan Piker, not Fox News, not Trump, Hassan Piker.
Is not great, okay? I mean, it's bullshit, but still not great that, you know, they're after your boy. They're up my ass.
He got called out this weekend because he talks about everything under the sun, and I have it in our in the TikTok podcast. Will be in that one. How people are putting Asmongold to him. Asmongold, a normal poor motherfucker who still lives like a poor motherfucker, but he's worth probably $10 million. And this fucking piece of shit, which tells you that we all need to be socialists, but he's walking around $10,000 worth of clothes. Yeah, okay. Meet the Hamas masquerading as Human Rights Monitor. Quillette. That's not Fox. The New York Times. Okay, we already got that. The NGO and Euromed Human Rights Monitor, registered in Switzerland, funded by undisclosed donors and long considered by Israel to be a Hamas propaganda front. Euromed's founder, Rami Abdou, was photographed with Hamas leader Ismail Haniyeh. In 2012, Israel's Minister of Justice listed him as one of Hamas's main operatives in institution in Europe by 2013. And in case you think this is all just the Jews, those bad Jew people. Don't like the Jews. I'll just do one of them. That's him. That's a bad guy. Euromed's chief communication, Maud Shalin, posted a selfie with the Hamas leader in 2014. The centerpiece allegation that Israeli dogs were trained and raped Palestinian detainees rests on a single witness who made no mentions of an interview, and it comes from Euromed. Thank you. We're moving on. This piece of shit just won't go away. New York Times, this guy is an anti-American piece of shit. Why do we want anti-American people? No, get away. They were passing her around, and after they finished, they shot her. The true scale of Hamas sexual violence revealed. That's a mother. Meet the Texas Democrat who wants internment camps for Zionists. That's kind of anti-Semitic. The Jews. God, you people are fucking pieces of shit. How do you fucking... Man, where do you get... It used to be righties, like white supremacists. But now the left is like way more. I mean, they just said, fucking hold my beer. We're going all in. Maureen Galato wants to make one thing clear. She never said she would put Jews in internment camps. No, I said I want to put billionaire American Zionists. What's the fucking difference, Dick? The Taliban just legalized selling 9-year-olds. Last week, Afghanistan published a decree stating that girls' silent count is consent to marriage. This is 2017. Killed by Islamist bomber alongside her mother and sister at attending a Ariana Grande concert. Yeah, that's Europe. Jewish doctor drops bombshell testimony on anti-Israel activism inside American hospitals. Are you surprised? I'm not. They filmed everything. They wanted the world to see what they did to her. Richard Loke, mother of Shani Loke, barbarically murdered by Hamas terrorists at the Nova Festival. A mutilated, partially naked body was then kidnapped to Gaza, where civilians cheered and spit on her. Those are great people. Here's a piece of shit from India, came in America, went to a Native American gravesite, and vandalized the shit. And then guess what? The media didn't cover it because he's brown. Just like we don't cover when they rape people, when they fucking DUI murder people, when all this shit goes bad, they just bury it. It's the bias of omission. This is what I talk about all the time on the show because it just keeps happening and the media doesn't cover it because they don't cover it. There it is. Your suicidal empathy. To teach Israel how to make peace, Pipa Baca, the leftist Italian, decided in 2004 to hitchhike from Turkey to Israel. She even learned basic Arabic to prove that Islam is not violent. Once she arrived in Turkey, she was gang raped, murdered. She was 33. Yep, that's how it works. 1 in 4 Swedish women will be raped as sexual assault increased 500%. Sweden now has the second highest number of rapes in the world after South Africa, which is 53.2 per 100,000, 6 times higher than the United States. There is a rape every hour in England. I'm going to show it in a second. UNRWA staff took part in October 7 atrocities and held civilian hostages, revealed USAID Inspector General. Now there's 4 more over the 4 I published last week. This was found in a hospital. Why is that in the hospital? Oh, because maybe Hamas is in the hospital. Hamas killed our son October 7th. Now Britain's not safe for us. These poor people. Like son Jake was born and raised in London, but on October 2023, even at the scale of Hamas massacre the day before, it was becoming clear there was people celebrating his murders on the street he once walked. In the months and years since, I have avoided going to central London every time pro-Palestinian brigade gather for demonstrations. I cannot bear to witness them and what they stand for. Long before the recent attacks on Jews on Britain's streets, such horrific scenes of so-called protests should have been evidence enough of our country has been gripped by anti-Semitism. Jake knew long ago the evil was rearing its head. It's always the kids. He saw the writing on the wall and decided to leave the UK for Israel in 2021 when he was 24. He doesn't feel safe in the UK for us. I don't see a future for us, he told me as he left. He was a visionary. He sensed something I hadn't yet, his father said. Jake quickly fell in love with Israel and found himself a girlfriend there, but it wasn't all easy. He was working harder than he ever had before, turning his hand carpeting and a variety of odd jobs, including security guard. That's how he ended up at the Nova Festival and was murdered. Swiss woman marries Muslim man and goes through Sharia hell. He controlled everything, locked me up, and beat me like the Handmaid's Tale. But no, we're not going to talk about that. 11 swastikas in Queens. No, that's not in America, Tony. We don't have that problem. Germany's going back. They're going back. 78% have said this has failed. This has failed. The Wilhelm sculptor that once defined Germany has officially collapsed under the weight of reality. A new survey by Deutschland Trend has revealed a staggering 78% of Germans believe the asylum seekers and refugees are failing to integrate into both society. And that's the point. Boom! Every hour a rape. It's all over Europe and it's in America, but we don't publish it because why the fuck would we? Why would we do that? It doesn't fit. It doesn't work for us. Little report the other day, 9-year-old girl, and I got the picture, but I don't know where it went. 9-year-old girl bleeds to death on her wedding night after being fucked to death by an Arab man. But no, it's America. No, American women are treated like shit. They're handmaids. We have close to 1 reported rate an hour that are usually false. That's our country. Women use it as a cudgel, whereas overseas, it's real. So now I'm going to play. This stuff is it's people admitting they rape motherfuckers. These are politicians coming out finally and fighting this shit. It's bad. He's admitting, I raped them.
We are seeing calls to fire Jewish doctors, the praising of terrorist groups in and outside of clinical settings, the refusal to treat patients because of their faith, national origin, or Zionist identity.
Bam. 10 years in Paris. Legal immigrant assaults woman on train and platform in Barcelona. And nobody did anything because they're scared.
Warning. Inbred spray, which contains pork, will be activated on event of any disturbance by inbreds.
That's a Sikh. Even he gets it. This horrifying moment, Somali migrant follows little girl home from school, the ring door.
Camera, a girl was walking home from school, walked into her house, and look who follows right behind her. Walking up to someone's front door, opening the door,
and looking inside to seeing who's there. A full adult male Somali with no job.
Who they pay for with their...
Once again, those are peaceful. Peaceful. They're peaceful, Tony. This is Canadian Islamists.
Why are they all here if this is not the right place to be in the world? Why is everybody coming here? Why? Because Christianity is built a society that you want to be a part of. You want to be a part of the culture.
Sam, get the fuck out of my face. I promise you if you don't back up, I'll punch you in your face.
I'll punch in your face. He says, fuck Canada. Here's a British politician, the right, starting to get their shit together.
Mr. Speaker, on Saturday, the Secretary of State promised extra court time for anyone arrested at the Kingdom March. Yet, we know there are grooming gang survivors who have waited more than 20 years for their cases to come to court.
Mm-hmm. We're not prosecuting, but we're going to fast track. It's just like J6. We let all the people that burn Minneapolis beat people, kill people. They get off. But J6, 2,400 motherfuckers go to jail. Here's a Pakistani, or is it Pakistani? Yeah, he assaulted a kid.
Why would you want to do that with a 14-year-old child?
My culture.
Too late for sorries. I don't want to hear.
This is the left in a nutshell. So the right's doing a march, and these are liberals over in fucking England crying because of the flag. Because of the flag. Sound familiar? Here's another guy. I murdered him. I raped him. I raped him. I raped him. But no, it didn't happen. It's made up. There's France. They're starting to launch raids to get these fucking pieces of shit off their fucking streets. This is Europe. Kids
On this
wilding
week's
out.
episode of Why Some Places Look the Way They Do. Look at this. Groups of certain demographics robbing stores and running away up the escalator.
This case still got me. These two motherfuckers beat the fuck out of cops. And they got away with it. And look at this poor cop's face.
Age 21, Mohammed Ahmad, age 26, following today's verdict.
Look
This
at that
jury,
nose.
after 90...
Look at that. It's a two-tiered system. It is what the world is right now. This is Italy. Somebody, because they're scared to be called a racist, films a fucking black piece of shit. From Somalia, rape a girl on the street. Broad daylight. No fear, because they can do it. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? That's fucking horrible.
For those who haven't happened, Rotherham come out in 2014, a report found 1,400 children had been raped by Muslim gangs in the town. And we found out that the council knew, the police knew, everyone knew. But they didn't know what to do because all the perpetrators were Pakistani Muslim and all the victims were young white children. And they didn't want to inflame racial tensions. So they were scared of being branded racist. This is the police's. So to an American audience, when you understand how powerful political correctness is, these words that have been labelled against me, racist, extremist, Islamophobe, how powerful are they?
They're huge. That's why they do it. And the way they do it in our culture is the same way they do it over there. If they can label you a racist, every time you say a truth, it's not a truth anymore. You're a racist. You're a rapist. Now it's pedo. If you support anything, you're a pedo. You're a pedo. Epstein. which proves more about the left than the right. This guy was released on a $5,000 bond because he's a foreigner. And he pulls a gun out and kills a bunch of people, and nobody fucking cares. This is Rosa Martinez, one of the senior organizers of the Freedom Flotilla of Gaza, openly admitting on cam.
My name is Rosa Martinez, and I was a participant with the Freedom Flotilla Coalition aboard the vessel Adala, where I served as a co-boat organizer and a translator. I embarked on this mission because, I feel like there's a lot of misnarration in the media that this is some sort of humanitarian aid mission, where I think that's kind of flattening what it is that we're doing. Yes, there is aid. The aid that we have isn't sufficient to the structural issues in a post, quote-unquote, ceasefire Gaza. For me, as someone who I think at this juncture in history is very wedded to direct action, I feel like directly confronting the Israeli occupation forces at sea as we try to break this 20-year genocidal siege is, That's
some more of those fucking zealots. This is a mayor in Rotherham who says that UK won't be great until they have Sharia law.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Salud al-Khabib.
Coming to an American city. Oh, it already is. It already is. It's already there. Yeah, okay. Same story everywhere. Victimhood complaints, zero responsibility. Here's another piece of fucking shit Islamist being interviewed on the street. I don't know where it is.
I'm a woman in Islamic State. I've lived in Egypt my entire life. I just moved here 2 years ago.
Yeah, well,
genuinely,
Egypt has...
my life there, infinitely better than my life here. Infinitely better. I've lived in Egypt my entire life. My life there, infinitely better than my life here. It's way more fun. I feel way safer. Way safer.
Yep, go back. You don't like America?
The real risk you have in the US isn't
This is a perfect thing to show you don't hate the media enough. It's all over the place. It's all over the place. They all are the same. Label you a racist, silence you.
The real risk you have in the US isn't multiculturalism. It's a multi-billionaire running the biggest social media planet, one of the biggest in the world, which has turned into an echo chamber of your ridiculous ideology. And the fact that you're telling us all and telling the British public, who we're proudly multicultural, as someone that was brought up in multicultural working class Birmingham, I can tell you for sure that there's you won't find a Muslim there who's read the Quran and went, oh, you know what, it didn't rule out sexual violence, so I might just crack on with that. I don't know what.
Okay, you want to choose? Okay, here we go. Boom, Sweden. Sweden beats a migrant in Sweden beats a mother in front of her children, then runs away. So that's not happening. We don't have literal fucking knife containers in England to collect all the shit because they can't keep those motherfuckers from killing people. This is Sweden going, we're done. We're done with you. Here's a motherfucker in Italy trying to firebomb a building because he doesn't like non-Muslims. Nope, that's not it. Here's French, a shocking crime
On a vu
pattern.
des cas dans les hôpitaux, des femmes de 70, 80, 90 ans. C'est au-delà de l'imaginable, en fait. Bon, évidemment,
She's basically saying we have a shocking amount of motherfuckers who are literally old coming to hospital because they got the shit beat out of them. By who? Here's Iran that the left loves so much. These people are singing and then they got hung.
اگر ایران خراب آباد و ویرانه
Running the fucking street, man. Running the street. Is the IDF getting these fucking pieces of shit with drone? That's fucking badass, bro. That's badass. Here's some more peaceful fucking migrants. Beating a woman, and then he beats the shit out of the guy. On the street. Look at that. Chasing him with a stick. But the police don't help, so that's why people don't step in. Oh, this is another Hamas guy who's saying that they did the rapes that they said they didn't do the rapes. Okay. Here are child soldiers in Hezbollah, but that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. No, they're peaceful. It's a religion of peace. It's all about peace.
جنود حزب الله الأطفال قصار لبنانيين لابسين جعب حربية مكلفين دينيا مدربين.
The mosque is off. Hamas and Islamic Jihad are finally admitting how many dead civilians were actually terrorists in costume. Dr. Fadi Al-Wadia worked for Doctors Without Borders. Oops! Islamic Jihad now says he was the deputy head of its weapons manufacturing unit. Journalist Mahdi al-Mamluk is mourned by the Committee to Protect Journalists. Islamic Jihad just claimed him as deputy head of its communications unit. Nurse Mohammed al-Kafana, head of Gaza's Nursing Association. Hamas Telegram mourned him as a fighter killed in battle in Beit Hanun. Political analyst, nope.
You here today?
I'm here to protect
British
the kids
kid.
and how I have the streets safer for when I have kids. Because I'm scared. Because I'm scared of anything.
That's in England, but we're not going to put that on. That kid's their parents are racist. That's all it is. It's racism. This is German trying to deal with fucking migrants who are tearing shit up. They don't have guns, so they have to beat the shit out of them. Here's a brazen attack of a woman and stole $6,700 bicycle from her and beat her up. Here's a teenager declaring jihad on everybody. Dorset. Here's another peaceful piece of fucking shit.
I'm here for my money and my free house. It's my dream.
My free house. That's what they're doing. They're losers who couldn't make it where they live.
They told the world that Israel was blocking aid. But I didn't want to listen to the news. I wanted to see the truth. I'm the first teenager to enter Gaza with the IDF to show you what's really happening. I went in months ago, and what I saw was clear. Mountains of food and supplies coming in from Israel every single day. So why is the world still confused? Because the UN failed to deliver, and Hamas, they were busy stealing the aid from...
Oh, wow. When actually Israel reports and cameras catch, but the media doesn't want to cover that they're not really starving, but they have to control the mob of fucking crazies. Yeah, okay. There's a woman on just getting beat the fuck down. A woman in the street and robbed in Brussels. Nobody does anything because they don't want to be called a racist. Toronto, right across the border, here's them editing propaganda.
It is important to note, so far in 2026, we have seen a 24% increase in reported hate crimes compared to the same time last year. We continue to take this very seriously. It is important to note, so far in 2026, we have seen a 24% increase in reported hate crimes compared to the same time last year. This is partly driven by global geopolitical tensions that are being felt locally in our communities.
They edited the fucking thing up. I want to end just on the most important thing I could put up on the screen. This is Egypt. They're Muslim. Why do they have 7 rings of concertina wire if Palestinians are so fucking peaceful? Why? And why do I cover this? Well, I cover it because it's already in America. It's coming. We are just on the precipice of the media not being able to block what is happening with us. And it's everywhere. It's fucking everywhere. So, moving on to the Tim Horton thing. All right, a few things so I can make sure I hit these before I move on, because these are just slides I got. This piece of shit up here beat a cop with a sledgehammer, is an anti-ICE person, and actually got charged, which is fucking crazy. Police action, Palestine action terrorist Samuel Corner broke a female officer's back with a sledgehammer. I was going to play a video of, I think I have it in the libs. Is your baby racist? Because we went back to this shit. Code Pink co-founder Organized Cuba flotilla, media Benjamin has ties to Hamas and Islamic Republic of Iran. Are we even remotely surprised about that? They're like all pieces of shit. Colorado Supreme Court, Children's Hospital to resume gender transition treatment for minors, even though the federal government said no. I'm not going to go into this because I kind of already did. Code Pink's tied to Cuba and Iran and Hamas. They're all fucking pieces of shit. Jamel Hill, piece of shit. Spencer Pratt, being considered a serious politician candidate, says more about us than it does about him. No, having a fucking communist piece of shit who went to Cuba as your mayor says everything about you guys. Exclusive, Seattle far-left activists charged in child sex abuse case. King County Sheriff's Office initiated an investigation of receiving a cyber tip from chat message app Kik, which is popular with minors. The ghetto had allegedly uploaded files to the platform that flagged as child sexual abuse. No. Tell me it's not so. It is. Yeah. Yeah, it is. It is. So, let's do the Tim Horton fight. 75-year-old woman has died after physical altercation in Tim Hortons, and people are divided on whether bystanders should have stepped in. So, the way they make this done is the way they do everything, and I just fucking sometimes can't. I literally watched the video, all right? And I'm here to tell you that you're full of shit. You're full of shit. You're gigantically full of shit. She wasn't a victim. She was the aggressor. And one of her daughters even comes up and says it. And we'll cover it in a second. But the reality is she went in and she was pissed off about her drive-thru order. So she came in to complain, and she's talking to a person of color that's behind the counter, and they get heated, and the shift leader tries to divide them up, and then she just blocks her like this. She didn't put her hand on like pushing. She's like, ma'am, you can't come back here. And just happened to touch her shoulder, so she pushes the lady, and the lady goes, oh, okay, I can't do this. I'm going to be cool. And then the old lady just starts throwing haymakers and pulls a hunk of hair out of her head. But as we go through these, and I'm going to go through them fast, understand, majority of these people are wokesters, so they're like, we need to make this George Floyd. We need to ruin that white bitch, and Tim Hortons, and America and shit.
Anita Grayson's passing has a lot of people in an uproar. I do understand why people could be in an uproar, but when the details have been provided from Fort Wayne, Indiana police, it's giving it was self-defense, and she had a right to defend herself, especially the way Miss Anita came in there. And
Okay, I don't know if I'm having a misunderstanding or if I'm just confused or what the fuck, but the whole Tim Horton situation where I think the lady was 75.
A lot of people watching this video are definitely not going to agree with me, but I low-key feel like that Tim Horton situation, despite it being as sad as it is, a lot of that comes from not drawing the line of respect your elders to also reciprocating, respecting other people.
Bam. This is the daughter, and I'm going to pause this. I'm going to pull this fucking shit up, and I'm going to bring it down. 74-year-old that appeared to move around. The daughter of the woman involved, the location of Tim Horton, speaks out. Oh, God, it's not here. She basically says the lady's been a bitch for fucking ever.
Punches this girl in the face, which you cannot do. So she instigated the fight, and even though she wasn't the first person to go hands-on, she escalated the fight.
Look at this. Here's a good video of it.
Did you hear about the 75-year-old woman who died after getting into a fight with an employee at Tim Hortons? Well, one of her family members stepped up to say thank you to the employee who beat her up because she got what she deserved.
Bam!
A woman by the name of Chandrika Grayson claims that Anita Grayson was her mother's stepmother. Chandrika claims that while everybody wants to feel sorry for Anita's death, she was no weak and feeble woman. She says that Anita abused her mother and her aunt for years, and no one would ever stand up to her. In her viral Facebook post, she explained, "The mask has finally slipped and the truth is out for everyone to see. For years, my mom and auntie talked about the aggression, the abuse, and the mistreatment they endured when they lived with Anita Grayson. And what did the Graysons do? They tried to cover it up. They denied it. They tried to paint this public picture of a helpless, weak." Do you believe Chandrika, who said this was karma for Anita Grayson, who was abusive toward her mother and aunt for years?
Here's the actual statement. I found it. Mask fine slip, truth is out. For years, my mom and auntie talked about the aggressive abuse and the mistreatment they endured when they lived with Anita Grayson, and what the Graysons do, they try to cover it up. Weak 75-year-old woman, congestive heart failure, who wouldn't have hurt a fly. They wanted everyone to think she's too brittle to do anything, but God is a way of bringing what's done in the dark straight in the light. The video from the Fort Wayne Tim Hortons show with exactly who she is. This is not a weak, fragile woman. This is the exact same aggression she took out on my mom and my aunt for years. The only difference is my mom and my auntie were defenseless and vulnerable. The people in the video weren't. They gave her back blow for blow because we are in a new day and age of fuck around, find out. You can't hide behind a narrative anymore. The camera doesn't lie, and the cover-up is officially over. I'm so thankful the truth is finally standing up to the light. And, that's pretty fucking serious. And I think why the media didn't pick up on this. Because I didn't even hear about this shit. I saw it by accident on another podcast. But, of course, then you have people like this. It's all race. It's all race. It's race. She black. You can't touch black people.
I don't think that nobody should lose their life, but let's be honest. Both of them were dead ass wrong. As
She's right.
Employee, I feel like.
So I really need to understand why y'all on this app really divided regarding this Anita Grayson situation at the Tim Hortons. If y'all not familiar,
there was an elderly lady who got into a physical fight with two Tim Horton workers, and unfortunately, she passed away from a heart attack after the fight. And it's a sad lesson to learn that you need to be able to keep your emotions in check, and you cannot put your hands on people. And I'm not blaming those two workers.
Let me state out some facts of the Tim Hortons situation. She was not beat to death. To be beat to death, you have to either A, actively be beat, or B, succumb to the injuries of being beat.
She got attacked because she didn't go with the black.
Punctured lungs, something like that. She died because she had a heart attack.
Bam.
Fort Wayne police say officers were dispatched to the Tim Hortons on Iceway just after 8 a.m. Wednesday morning for what investigators describe as an altercation involving a reported battery. According to police, the elderly woman involved became unresponsive before officers were able to obtain a statement from her. She was taken to a hospital where she was later pronounced dead. Family members have identified the woman online as 75-year-old Anita Grayson. This weekend, video began circulating on Facebook.
Sure, that old lady was in the wrong, no doubt about it. Like, at her grown age, she shouldn't have been behaving that way. But also, the amount of people that are, like, doing mental gymnastics and purposely being obtuse, like, oh no, like, the employees were just self-defense. Like, no, that went.
You know what's fascinating about this Anita Grayson situation is that everybody is so divided, even after watching the same video and getting caught up on who hit who first. But the bottom line is that she's dead. She's not here anymore. And there are millions of people either dead or in prison because they could not keep their cool.
Tonight, back in the U.S., the horrific scene at a coffee shop in Indiana, a violent confrontation, a 75-year-old customer and the 17-year-old clerk, that customer collapsing and dying. Here's Aaron Katursky.
Tonight, an elderly woman's family's trying to figure out how an argument over the wrong coffee shop order ended in her death.
My mother was wronged in the worst way. I lost the matriarch of my family. I need to at least know how, why.
Police in Fort Wayne, Indiana said 75-year-old Anita Grayson entered Tim Hortons to complain about her drive-through order and started arguing with the 17-year-old behind the counter. You can see a coworker then step between them before the customer appears to hit the younger worker first. That employee's manager then pushes the customer and the two tumble to the floor, where police said Grayson ripped out a chunk of the employee's hair. Minutes after the fight, Grayson was seen on the floor.
Police released video of an elderly woman in a fight with a coffee shop employee shortly before she died. Police say 75-year-old Anita Ann Grayson went into the Tim Hortons, a coffee chain there, because she had an issue with her drive-thru order. Well, they say she then began berating a teenage worker.
Did you hear about the 75-year-old woman who died after getting into a fight with an employee at Tim Hortons? Well, one of her family members stepped up to say...
So Miss Anita Grayson's passing has a lot of people in an uproar. I do understand why people could be in an uproar, but when the details have been provided from Fort Wayne, Indiana police, it's giving it was self-defense. And
So I watched the Tim Hortons video. It was not what I expected. It was not what I expected.
Mother was wronged in the worst way. I lost the matriarch of my family. You should not enter a coffee shop for a coffee and a donut and come out unalived.
First and foremost, no one should lose their life over a coffee order. Let's just get that out the way right now. There's no reason that this woman should not be here walking this earth over a coffee order. Now that we got that out the way, most of us were taught you give respect, you get respect, right? You went to an establishment, you go through the drive-thru, you pull off, you realize they got your order wrong. There's a respectful way to go in.
Yes.
Did you all see that the granddaughter of Anita Grayson, the 75-year-old woman who passed
And this was my surprise, because I expected this right here. Say her name. 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 And there were plenty. And they even did
you know
this.
a woman lost her life after a fight inside a Tim Hortons in Fort Wayne? A 75-year-old woman returned to a Tim Hortons in Fort Wayne, Indiana, to complain about a wrong drive-thru.
It's like, oh,
did you know a woman lost her life after a...
And this is how it goes. They even show the woman throwing hands first. So, for me, it's like, okay, listen. No, you're wrong. You're just wrong. You can't lay hands on people. You just can't lay hands on people and think you're going to be able to do whatever the fuck you want. You can't do it. It's a cup of coffee. Take a fucking Ritalin. So, moving on to the next thing. Let's talk about church. I ran into this. Man, the left hates religion, but mofo, they're making a lot of churches lately.
How queer was Jesus?
Are you
He
fucking
was
kidding
an
me?
observant Jew, but he was 30 years old, no wife, no job, hung out.
I am Arya Anna Miller.
What is that? What is that?
Beloved daughter of a God who loves you and me with an all-encompassing and everlasting love.
How is
We are
he going to
called-
talk to you about Jesus?
With the Jewish people when they were in the Babylonian captivity. What are we experiencing today? Is there any relation? And then
Here are 4 signs that you are in a bad church.
I think we've all come across folks who think that they and people who believe exactly as they do will be the only ones in heaven when the time comes.
Number 1, you have a woman pastor. The Bible is very clear that the position of a pastor...
You've seen this
Now we got Jesus, who's not a very family values guy in the scripture, telling us to hate our parents and to pick up our cross and follow him. And
Where is he getting this?
so one of the young people in my life was like, what are you preaching tomorrow morning? And I said, pick up your cross and follow me. I hate these scriptures. And this young person in my life was like, wait, Jesus said pick up your cross? I said, yeah.
This is the worst one.
My name
What?
is Katie Von Sparkle, a.k.a.
Katie Von Sparkle!
My pronouns are he, she, and they. Please join me responsibly in a call to worship. Source of life in
What?
the beginning.
The fuck
You made us
is
and
that?
called us beloved.
Well, there's
I am
more of
a
them.
drag
Here we
queen.
go.
I am an
There's a
activist. I am a
trannies.
substitute teacher. I am part of
Says everything. Don't
County
send your kids to
District
school.
Number 1, and I am here to advocate that libraries are safe spaces. Our part of our queer youth are 30 to 40% in the Central Valley. They need this month, Mental Health Awareness Month. It's very important.
I'm going to let that go. I don't even know what that means. That's a dude. This is what spurred it. Free transgender
How much
shit.
does your transition shit cost?
Hormones?
Yes, how much does it cost?
Well, I just got back on Medicaid.
Hormones,
so it's
but
free.
no, you got tits as well.
Those were free.
You did your
Those were
nails.
free.
Nails? Why?
Because my body is priceless.
No, how was it free?
Free in Washington. Free titties. I was joking with my wife. I got that huge tear in my middle of my stomach, but it's called a tummy tuck. So I should go get tits, get my stomach fixed, take the tits out. This is a PSA in England.
The trans community is under attack.
Yes. Yes, the trans
Our dignity is at stake. A war has been waged against our human rights.
Those in power want us to feel alone.
Isolated.
Isolados.
Afraid.
They want our young people,
Our elders. And everyone in between.
To get back in the closet.
out of sight, out of mind.
They want to make us go away.
But here's what they don't understand.
I am here to stay.
I am here to stay.
I'm here to stay.
We are here for good. For good.
Yeah,
good.
Because those in power don't know how resilient we are.
They don't realize the power we create when we come together
To support one another.
to care for one another, and to purposefully create moments of joy and thriving. Trans Joy Fest is just one way.
The Trans Northland is infusing love, hope,
And most of all, joy.
into the trans community here in the Northland. We bring together trans folks,
People from the larger LGBTQIA2S+ community
And allies.
for a day-long event full of trans magic.
Trans
Remember,
magic.
no matter how hard things feel right now, you are never alone. Our community is big.
Loving and powerful. And together,
Loving.
we're building a safe, interconnected community.
where everyone can feel safe to show up
As their full, beautiful, authentic selves.
every day of the year.
Every day of the year.
I am positive.
They are so under attack, they don't have a voice. Not a voice at all. All right, let's just go through some regular wokey shit. We got wokey shit. We always got wokey shit. Here comes the woke, and we're going to let's do Newark first. These are the peaceful, but mostly violent protesters. This was Newark. They went fucking cuckoo for the Cocoa Puffs. Gotta have the bongos. You gotta have the bongos. All this money we gotta spend to fucking keep these animals in check.
Somebody needs to record!
We need to record this violence.
Yep.
This violence. I thought this is insurrection-y. I was told this is insurrection-y. You're not supposed to be doing this. It's insurrection-y. Super duper insurrection-y. Super duper insurrection-y. This was Krasinski, a representative by himself. Just him. Just fucking him. Got CS'd. All by himself. They CS'd a congressperson.
Respectfully,
No, they CS'd the crowd. He was there. Let me get this. These are the fucking nut jobs that were also there. I always got to get a nut job reel because most of these people are. Oh yeah! Oh yeah, man! Don't you know we got the handmaids. It isn't a party without a handmade party. There you go. Yeah.
No king! No!
Oh God, these people. Those are getting rocks so they can throw and barricade and all that shit. Yeah, that's great. You know, what'd you do this Memorial Day? Well, man, I'm going to go have a barbecue with my family. I'm going to go visit my relatives that have died because it's Memorial Day, not just for vets. I'm going to do that. What are you going to do? I'm going to go protest ICE facilities because I don't have a fucking life. Here's a person who's garbage.
So this is not my usual content. I understand that. But I had to share this gem that my daughter brought home from school yesterday. What a wonderful world. Draw a picture to show what makes your world wonderful. And she wrote, when Donald Trump is not our president. Wait for it. Oh my God. Notice the stem in the leaf. She drew.
Tell me something that didn't happen by itself, and if it did happen by itself, you should not be a parent. Why is your kid writing shit like that? Why?
Every single white person is racist, and every single white person is dangerous because a dead white body can still be held against a member of another community.
Why is it always white people saying that? I know this person's not a white person, but she's a fucking bitch.
Why are you just
Listen to this lady.
Excuse me.
Getting on a plane.
Why is you sitting here arguing?
Why are you so special?
Because I'm trying to get to the front.
Yeah, we're all trying to get to the front. We all paid the same goddamn money.
Okay, but I'm saying, sir, I'm just telling you, excuse me, if you move.
Cool. And the door ain't open.
So this is a black lady who's so oppressed. She said, excuse me, and people didn't fight back because they didn't want to get called a racist. And she moved her way up to the front of the line, getting on a plane. There is no line. They do it in waves. But she wants to be the first person because she's important, but she's oppressed. Remember that. Black women are oppressed. Here's another one.
What's your language?
Yeah, I brought my kids to go see alligators, and I got the crazy lady. Thank you.
It's interesting that you talk about Zionist billionaires because actually Jeff Yass funded Thomas Massey's campaign as well. I find it interesting that you don't talk about NIAC, the National Iranian American Council. I find it interesting you don't talk about the Council on American Islamic Relations. I find it interesting you don't talk about the Jordanian Muslims, the Marouk family, who also funded him. You don't talk about the Iranian Joe Kini, who I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly. I find it interesting.
Ouch. That hurt. A gay guy that's actually conservative. Here's another black lady going, I am not going to get down in front of this place. I'm going to block everybody's view because I can't. These are black people asking her to sit down because white people won't do it because we don't get yelled at. But it's just like, don't make any noise. This is what leftists say to people. I'm going to pause this, and I'm going to bring this the fuck up. This is literally a post to him. Tell your daughter I will come to skin and burn her alive, and then I will feed you her remains and skin you alive as well. You fucking piece of shit. That's why your wife left you, because no one can stand crap like you, because he shares a different opinion than them. That's what they post. But it's the right. Remember that. It's not, it's the right. The left doesn't do anything wrong. Here's a motherfucker getting cockplucked by Burke.
We are not allowed to have flags. Do you want to leave it here? Do you want to leave it here? You can't.
Here's another piece
Breaking
of shit
news.
white
It is with
liberal.
great sadness that we report that Donald Trump has been found alive at his Mar-a-Lago home. Now we prepare for another day of the orange taint, fucking up everything in this country. But
I cannot wait for another president, and I hope people do this. I hope people do it. I hope they do the same thing the left does, and I hope they fucking sit there and go, they hope for his death.
How is it at the high school level?
At the high school level, like going into the restroom, there were boys in there. I'd walk out from the stall, and there'd be a boy in the stall next to me that I didn't know he was in there. But it also happened like vice versa. There would be a trans student who said that they were a male when they were female who would like try to peek over the urinal stalls at the boys. And we actually had a forum in school my junior or sophomore year because of this.
Masturbating.
Any other questions, community members? Yes, Representative Crusoe.
Madam Chair, thank you for speaking. You did a great job. Thank you. I'm not in the school, so I don't know, but it seems like it's more prevalent. Last year we were hearing that it was just a couple of students, or it wasn't. Some people say it wasn't really happening.
It goes on to say that they masturbate in the shower. Here's a mayor candidate or governor candidate in California being surrounded by the left. I was told this was insurrection-y and not in accordance with American views. That's what I was told. Why do they just think they can block traffic?
It's so common for white people to say blacks that I'm going to start saying whites. And I don't want anybody to be mad about it.
We already do, the whites. Here's a mother who's probably liberal because she's on the the school board, and she finds out that they employed a sex offender.
If you don't know, I have 3 kids, 2 of which attend Clark-Davidson. And a little under 2 weeks ago, I stumbled across the fact that a registered sex offender was chaperoning my daughter's school field trip. And not only was he chaperoning his own child, he was chaperoning another child.
Like I told y'all,
think that everybody
go,
has the opportunity to be rehabilitated in life, but not when it comes to our kids. And then I reached out to Allison, who is the principal at Clark-Davidson, on Monday. She seemed genuinely shocked to hear that this had happened, and said that there were supposed to be measures in place to flag the system when they...
I just want to say...
I want you to remember that these fucking pieces of shit want minor attractive people to be normalized. Here's another great citizen, but remember, it's whites. Whites are racist.
I just want to say that every time I see this, I just think racist. And it's really sad because I don't want to think that.
You're a piece of shit.
Yeah. Why?
Why don't you want to pay?
Because I haven't ordered yet. Show me the policy and I'll pay first. Where's my sandwich at?
Subway's racist. Yay. Here's piece of shit saying Trump's a piece of shit.
We see it all the time. He will not want to leave. He set it up with his, I guess he's the Goebbels of the cabinet, Stephen Miller. He's a Nazi. Yes, he is. And he's Jewish, and he should be ashamed of himself.
That's on national TV, because this is the evolution of the left. This is a great video, and I want you to look at it because it's true. So they started out as the Confederacy, then they became KKK, then became carpetbaggers, then they became hippies, then they became yuppies, then they became trannies, and now they're Islamists. Which brings us to a great thread, and I want to make sure I end wokeness. What video defines peak wokeness? And this shit went on. It is so fucking amazingly good. I'm going to keep it because it's going to keep spawning stuff we forgot about. But I went in and I started downloading things, and it was like literally amazing. The first one I saw was this stupid shit that was about your son's tumor on New Amsterdam. For the record, New Amsterdam was canceled the next year because even wokies went, this is fucking stupid. But New Amsterdam said your tumor is internalized racism.
There's a couch over there.
Hey, is he okay?
Yeah, he's okay. I had Cephas answer some questions.
Remember that this was actually something somebody said that I think was really good. It was a post. Somebody wrote this, an editor read it, a director saw the script, actors put it out, and nobody once said, hey, this is fucking stupid.
Questions from a Harvard test known as Unrest. It is designed to measure someone's level of social resistance.
Social resistance.
When people
What's
like
that?
us oppose the values and policies of the dominant culture.
That's right.
Us, people of color, we're the same because we stereotype everything.
And what does that have to do
Your son, he feels threatened on a daily basis. Like everything he's earned can just be taken away. He's disenfranchised.
Oh.
But because his life is seemingly free from all this, because he can't name it, he's internalizing it.
Oh my God. Racism.
I think your son's tumor was caused by racism.
There's follow-on scenes when a clerical person goes, you can't code it as racism. I did. But then people brought up
I'm a
white
man.
men
I'm a man.
for
I'm a
Kamala.
man,
Men for Kamala.
I'm man enough. I'm man enough to enjoy a barrel-proof bourbon.
Neat. Man enough to cook my steak rare.
Man enough to deadlift 500, then braid the out of my daughter's hair.
You think I'm afraid to rebuild a carburetor? I eat carburetors for breakfast.
I ain't afraid of bears.
That's what bear hugs are for.
I'll tell you another thing I sure as shit am not afraid of.
Women. I'm not
Women.
afraid of women.
I'm not afraid of women.
They want to control their bodies? I say go for it.
They want to use IVF to start a
I'm
family?
afraid of this
I'm not
woman
afraid of
because then we
families.
have
wanna
the
be childless cat
trainee
ladies?
attorney
Have all
general.
the cats you want.
That makes
Hello.
sense. Somebody with
I'm
a
Admiral-
mental health disease is literally the attorney general. That makes
Rachel
sense.
Levine. This Black History Month, I'm pleased to partner with OMH in advancing
Also,
better
they brought
health
up the
through
trainee skater. We covered this one on. This was good.
Alkaa luistella naismoodissa.
And she
vaikka
skates like I
syntyperäisin
would.
onkin
Not
mies.
good.
Ja
Gay stuff
sieltä on
guy
niin kuin 9
was
vuotta aikaa,
doing
eli
his
siihen-
girl thing.
If you're cis and you won't date trans folks, you're a transphobe.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if that made you mad, maybe it's your prejudices that you need to probe. No matter the reasons you've got, you're reducing us to when we disrobe. And that kind of thinking ain't sophisticated. It's more like microbes. I know you think you've got good reasons, maybe you do.
I do. You have a
Trauma's
dick.
real, it's hard to heal. I'd never say that that isn't true.
You got a dick. That's the problem. I'm not going to date somebody with a dick because I don't like penises. I don't like hot dogs. I don't like bratwurst. I don't like knockwurst. The worst are the worst. Poca cabeza, nada. Not putting a two meat in my mouth. Not into it. I don't even like my own penis. Could be bigger. Kind of degrade it. And this kind of craziness brings us representatives who for 2 minutes, trans people, I forgot all about
We
this.
need trans people. We love trans people. Trans people belong here. We need trans people. We love trans people. Trans people belong here. We need trans people. We love trans people. Trans people belong here. We need trans people. We love trans people. Trans people belong here. We need trans people. We love trans
By
people.
the end, she's crying. So let me fast forward. Here we go.
Love trans people. Trans people belong here. We need trans people. We love trans people. Trans people belong here. We need trans people. We love trans people.
It's a mental illness. Then we forget. I didn't forget this one. This is what I was going to post, but it was always already posted.
When the budget was released, I was shocked to find out that Prime Minister Carney is cutting $7 billion between Indigenous Services Canada and Crown Indigenous Relations. They provided $0 to deal with the ongoing genocide of MMIW G2SL LGBTQIA+.
You know she has to rehearse that. I can't even type it. Then somebody put this up, Aborigines and trannies. This was peak culture and Aussie-land.
Dreams come true.
Then when we were brainwashing our boys that women now hate because boys are soy boys and they won't lay the D or pay for that stuff, we had this video.
I'm a feminist boy. Watch me be a man who has all the feels. I can laugh, cry, sing, and still keep it real. I don't have to be tough just to get respect. I know words, not fists, solve arguments. Watch me be a man who doesn't only wear blue.
Then we had the Blues Clues trans dolphins. Because dolphins are trans.
For a pride parade. Families marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. Families marching one by one, hurrah, hurrah. This family has two mommies. They love each other so proudly, and they all go marching in the big parade. Families marching two by two, hurrah, hurrah. Families marching
those are
two
gay
by
bears.
two, hurrah.
There's tranny bears, gay
This
bears.
family has two daddies. They love
daddies.
each other so proudly, and they all
But
go
we
marching
are not
in
gonna
the big
miss
parade.
gender.
Come on, friends.
This is dated.
Families
This is
marching
dated.
3 by
There
3,
it is.
hurrah.
3 gay fucking dolphins with a baby gay dolphin. That's good shit right this, but she misgendered. I thought we can't say two daddies, two mommies. I thought is birthing people.
Hurrah. Families marching 3 by 3, hurrah, hurrah. each other so proudly, and they all go marching in the big hooray.
Yeah. I want to fucking break things when I see that. That is so fucked up. So how about white dudes for Kamala? I misrepresented the one. It was just dudes for Kamala. This is white dudes. White.
Why don't you bring that juicy ass over here and hop in Daddy's new whip?
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me?
Who's talking to me?
Yes. That's white dudes for Kamala right there. Two fucking dudes. So I don't want to be inappropriate, but let's go to women. This was a woke thing. These are actually government employees.
Gen Z boss enemy. Gen Z boss enemy. Itty bitty titties and a bomb. Itty bitty titties and a bomb. 5'3" and an attitude. 5'3" and an attitude. Secret product in the trench. Secret product in the trench. New Frank Green and a sneaky link. New Frank Green and a sneaky link. Fake 10 hands in a hoop. Fake 10 hands in a hoop.
Then we have Dems being a fighter. Remember they put this out? Let's just go to racism because I don't want to feel like I'm not representing.
And how basically being in these environments that are oftentimes inherently racist and sexist and dehumanizing, how that has an impact on you. And immediately made me think of the work of a scholar and a good friend, Dr. William Smith, on racial battle fatigue. And I know that many of you in here are familiar with that.
Racial battle fatigue. I'm not, and I don't want to know. Then we had a bunch of white people come out and do a video apologizing for being white, something they have no choice but to be. It's just skin.
I take responsibility.
Wait a minute. Whoa. Bro, you can't act better in a video for pandering votes than you do in any of the shows you ever did. Because you just did, man. You own that scene. You did the preacher hands. You know, let me push this back. I do the preacher hands. Oh. I hate myself because I'm white. Yeah, he even his eyes closed, but he owned that shit. Let's watch it again. This is Oscar worthy. Look at this.
I take responsibility.
I take responsibility. I take responsibility.
I take responsibility.
You're Latino,
for every
dumbass.
Unchecked moment. For every time it was easier to ignore than to call it out for what it was.
Every not so funny joke.
Why are you whispering?
Every unfair stereotype.
Every blatant injustice, no matter how big or...
Can you believe we don't have her anymore? I mean, the first 5 years of the show, this bitch was feeding me good shit. And she's just so quiet now. And it sucks.
Every time I remained silent.
Every time I explained away police brutality.
Every time you ruined a movie with your politics. Doink.
Or turned a blind eye.
Or maybe that's not it. They all say, oh, come on.
Black
not you
people
too.
are being slaughtered in the streets. Killed.
Black people are being slaughtered in the streets. Hey, can we get a fact check on that? I don't think that's happening. Then there was another one that was really good, and I didn't do the gays. We're gonna do your kids thing. I didn't download. I played that too many times on the show. But this one was, we're gonna do it for Hillary. I am a fine. This is my fight song. My fucking loser song. We're voting for a bitch that we all fucking hate. There you go.
This is for Hillary.
This is for Hillary.
On the ocean, sending big waves, into motion,
Look at these
I
fucking.
might only have one match, but I can make an explosion.
I don't even know if there ever could be a time in my life, actor or not an actor, which I'm not, but if I was, that I could sell my soul out this bad for another human. It's part of the Taylor Swift hate I have. The way people talk about her. There's a photo going all over the place that she was courtside with fucking 5-year-old douche nozzle who acts like a fucking frat boy still. Grow the fuck up, dude. You're about to get married and have kids. Grow the fuck up. But 36, I fought in a goddamn combat zone. Was about to fucking retire from the army. I was living in a van down by the river so I could pay things and get my kids into college. And you're chugging beer. And she's like, you're so cool. It's like these fuckers don't leave high school. But this shit right here, there is no, oh, I didn't finish the point. But her face is so altered. And they're going, she's so pristine. No, she's not. She's got facial surgery, dick faces. And what does that say to poor little girls now? If Taylor Swift's altering her grill, what are they doing? But anyway, there's no way I could even be a Swiftie. For Swiftie. How do you do this? Look at these people. And they think they're cool. Got their heads down.
Things I didn't say, wrecking balls inside my brain. I was screaming loud tonight. Can you hear my voice this time? This is our fight song. Take back our life song. Prove we're alright song.
My power's turned on.
Starting right now, I'll be strong.
The most amazing thing about this, they had power. They owned Washington. They wokeified everything and ruined the world. And then Trump got elected. And then they ruined it more with dumb shit like this. Hey, you can get a free taco if you get the jab.
Free fries when you get vaccinated?
Oh, free fries. Sorry.
I got vaccinated.
Sorry.
You're saying I could get this? These delicious fries? Wait a minute.
Do they think we're 12 and we want to get free fries? How about this fucking asshat? Vaccination day. Remember these?
It's vaccination day.
Yes!
It's vaccination day.
I'm gonna get the jab.
Today I get my COVID jab, and I'm feeling really fab. For months I have been waiting for this day.
I've been waiting for a shot that was even fucking tested and ruined my stomach for life, so I can't eat beef. It's another reason why I hate Taylor Swift now. She's marrying a guy that was Mr. Jab. How about bend down and bow to blacks? This was good.
About racism, anti-blackness, or violence.
A pledge of servitude. I think this is the best. Well, I'm going to save this for the end. This is the best one, and we're about to play Crumping for Floyd. We've had about 5 of these now. When woke destroys woke.
And then let me consult the people who are counting. So everyone who is not a counter, take a seat. Take a seat. Everyone on the walls, take a seat so that...
And then this involves into gendering and all the other shit. How about mass fucking flash mobbing for Floyd?
We need a recovery that brings back the life and the heart and the energy of this city.
Let me reset this up. This is Maska, where we're going to dance for the mask. It's time on Sprockets that we mask dance.
We need a recovery that brings back the life and the heart and the energy of this city.
I don't even know what this soundbite is.
Would you rather live in Norway?
I didn't actually interrupt you. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't been to either place. Why are you interrupting me? Why are you interrupting me?
You can't answer that question.
Aaron.
But this is peak wokeness. I think this takes it all. Black people fighting over Bernie Sanders' podium, and Bernie Sanders was the candidate that was going to help the blacks and socialize everything and make the world beautiful, but it turned into a shit post, shit talk, crazy fight. It is peak wokeness. This is woke.
Now,
personified.
if you do not listen to her, your event will be shut down right now. Right now. Your decision. Make a decision now.
One day, when the glory comes,
That's right, man. Yeah.
Woo! One day, when the war is won,
we are
the
going
music
to,
just fucking
we are going to let you on the mic. Okay.
It's fucking perfect.
Okay.
All right, so we are trying to be reasonable. We are trying to be reasonable. We are trying to be reasonable.
We are reasonable.
We are trying. We're going to give you. We're going to let you on the mic. We are going to give you the mic. We will after Senator Sanders. After Senator Sanders. After Senator Sanders. After Senator Sanders. After Senator Sanders.
Do not tell me what
After Senator Sanders.
Sit down.
After Senator Sanders. Okay. All right.
Let her speak.
All right.
Let her speak.
All right. We're
to the close. All right, we're going to finish on this one soundbite that I think is really apropos. It's a little bit religious, so for those that, don't like religion, pass on it. This is the end of the show, and remember, there'll be a TikTok review afterwards that I'll start filming once I'm complete. It's 6 in the morning because my wife woke up at 2, so I was up at 2:45. It's what happens, so... This moved me in many ways. It's religious, but it's also just a good, in a way, it's a good moniker for life. I know as I get older, I have found myself having less patience. I get really upset about things. And my stepfather, who raised me, is finally in the end. And it's been a difficult thing. The relationship with him was very difficult. But it brought up my first father, who I didn't even mourn because I didn't know him, and then he died years ago. And I started looking at life in general and who I am and where I'm at. Death does that. And my physical health isn't that great. God, I keep losing jobs I don't get fired, but shit just happens. I get sick, I quit a job, then I get recovered after 2 years, and then now everybody dies and I lose my job. I mean, there are just times it just seems like there's so much noise in your head and you can't filter it out and just focus and realize the good things. And as shitty as it is, yesterday's call with my sister actually saying he's dying was that moment that just poof. And I started noticing that life is short. I need to stop fucking worrying about so much stupid ass shit and enjoy the time I have because I'm 58. Maybe 22 years if I'm lucky. And in this analogy, he's talking about God. That if you stop and you listen, the Father's speaking. In my analogy, it was my father, Pops, who every time I talked to him, he would kind of have a good analogy for something. And even though our relationship wasn't that great growing up, he was a role model. And he took my mom in with 3 kids in time when the economy was horrible and raised us. And he gave me a really great brother, Matt, who I love to death. We've been really close. Well, as dudes are, we just talk every once in a while. But you know what I'm saying? I mean, there's a lot of positive because it initially was the negative of how it was really hard all of a sudden having a different man beating the shit out of me. And I didn't understand it. And I fought back. And our relationship was very caustic. Then there were good times. We came to Alaska. And last night, as I was sitting thinking, it was that journey of thinking about, okay, this time was coming. You knew he was going to die. And being conflicted on how I felt about it, which is weird because I didn't expect that. And then really thinking about my mom and how she's going to finally go through, years of bad health. And now it's time. He will die within the next 2 weeks. And part of me's happy he's done being in pain. Part of me's sad because of mom. And what is she going to do now? So I thought I'd end on this. So this wraps up another episode on Flavor Share the family, friends. Go to Flyover Politics K on SoundCloud. YouTube, not doing your Rumble anymore. And it's Flyover Politics. Emails, foppodcast@gmail.com. We're going to go with our next show. Today is what? Wednesday. We'll go Sunday, 31st of May. My daughter's birthday. The daughter I don't know, which also got brought up with our next show. And don't forget, there'll be another one coming on right behind it. So we're going to finish on this guy. I don't know his name. He's a pastor. But I thought this was really well the way he did it. So listen, and thanks for listening.
Me and my wife were looking at some old home videos recently of our youngest daughter being born. I'm going to show you the video. Not her being born, because my wife would be like, you doing what? We got some conflict we need to talk about. So it's a video of our youngest daughter being born. I took this video. The video you're about to watch is a video I took, but I didn't understand the power of it until I watched the video. So let me set it up for you. She's like 2.5 minutes old. Our daughter's 2.5 minutes old at the time. And they got her under that little chicken warmer at the hospital, the little thing to keep the french fries warm. I don't know what kind of insurance we had, but that's what they got her under. And the nurse is about to clean her up, and she starts to cry. I want you to notice what happens when she hears my voice. Okay, Portland, look, I'm right here. It's okay, it's okay. I'm right here, I'm right here. We're doing just fine. It's okay. It's okay, I'm right here. Right here, yeah, it's okay. It's okay, baby. Yo, so that was pretty powerful, right? Now it's like 7.5 minutes or so later. The nurse is done cleaning her up, and she starts to cry again. I speak up, and she stops crying again. But I want you to notice what happens when I tell her I love her. Portland, it's okay. It's okay. It's good. It's good. It's good. I'm right here. I'm right here. I am right here. I love you. I love you. I love
For those
you.
listening, she opens her eyes.
Yeah, I'm right here. I'm right here. It's okay. It's okay. So here's the thing. There's going to be times in life where it feels like you're going from conflict to conflict to conflict. Or maybe you're just full of fear because of all the uncertainties right now. The key thing to do in those moments is to be still and listen for the Father's voice. Be still and listen for the Father's voice, because He is talking to you. And what He wants you to know is that He's right here. He loves you. All you have to do is open your eyes.
Nicely said. Thanks for listening.